Hi, I'm Dr. Moj again, and as you can see, today I'm inviting you to my 35th tutorial on the GRE. What is it that I would like to study with you today? Well, what I would like to study with you today is called exponentiation. In other words, what is the meaning of the word exponentiation in algebra? Well, before answering this question here, I think it is useful for us to go back a little bit in the elementary school and revisit the idea of multiplication. Once we understand the idea of multiplication, this will be very helpful for us to clearly understand what exponentiation is. Now, what is multiplication? Well, for example, if somebody comes to you and say 2 multiplied by 3, well, here the 2 is the multiplicand and the 3 is the number that does the multiplication. So therefore, the 3 here is the multiplier. So therefore, here, what is 2 multiplied by 3? Well, 2 multiplied by 3 means you add 2 to itself and then to itself again. In other words, 2 multiplied by 3 is a repeated addition of 3 terms, each of which is equal to 2. So here, the multiplier 3 tells you about the number of terms involved in the addition. So therefore, just to recap the meaning, what I've said here about multiplication. Now, all you have to remember here is that multiplication is a repeated addition of a certain number. So now that you understand the idea of multiplication, let us use that idea and to introduce the concept of exponentiation. Now, exponentiation is also a repeated operation, but the difference with multiplication is that in exponentiation the operation is multiplication instead of addition. So here, this symbol here represents a number, and that number here is read 2 to the exponent 3. Now, 2 to the exponent 3 means that the 2 has been exponentiated. So here, what we are doing here is that we are applying exponentiation. And 2 to the exponent 3 is simply a repeated multiplication of 2. In other words, we have 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. And the number of times that the 2 appears here in the multiplication is 3. Okay? So to recap the idea of what I've said about exponentiation, to recap everything, all you have to remember here is that exponentiation is a repeated multiplication of 3 factors. Exponentiation 2 to the exponent 3 is a repeated multiplication of 3 factors, each of which is equal to 2. So here the number of times that the factor 2 appears here is 3, and that is given by this number which I've written on top of the 2 in red. Now the number here is called exponent. Okay, it's called the exponent. Okay, and the number here down here, the number I've written in black, is called the base. Okay, and now the whole thing, which is the 2 together with the 3 that I have put on top of it, the whole thing, the 2 with the 3 on top of it, the whole thing is now called the third power. Third, why third? Because here we have 3. If we have had 2, then that would be the second power, but here we have 3, so therefore this is called the third power of 2. So all the time, always when you read this expression, you start with the exponent. Here the exponent is 3, so therefore you say the third power of the base, and here the base is 2. So therefore, this right in here, the 2 with a 3 on top of it, is right the third power of 2. So let me recap this very quickly. Multiplication is repeated addition, whereas exponentiation is repeated multiplication. Now, I would like to draw your attention on one thing which is very important here. Now, let us calculate the two expressions that we have here. So 2 multiplied by 3 being equal to 2 plus 2 plus 2 gives us 6, okay? We all know that 2 multiplied by 3 is equal to 6. Now, what about 2 exponent 3? Well, 2 exponent 3 is 2 multiplied by 2, which is 4, then multiplied by 2. And we all know that 4 multiplied by 2 is equal to 8. So therefore, as you can see, exponentiation and multiplication do not always result in the same answers. Okay? So therefore, here, I'm going to say that 2 to the exponent 3 is different from 2 multiplied by 3. And to communicate this fact that the two expressions here are different, so I'm going to write here 2 to the exponent 3 is different from 2 multiplied by 3. And the symbol for is different is that symbol here, the equal sign, which has been crossed in the middle. So here, be very careful, exponentiation and multiplication are two different operators. Okay? So I hope you understand this, and in case you don't understand everything, I would like you to go over it again and you see that it is very easy. Now I'm going to stop here, but I will see you in my next tutorial. Thank you.